Okay, we are in the Spirit of Brandtjen Farm's development here in Lakeville, Minnesota. This incredible structure in front of me is their community center. This is a converted dairy barn. Really impressive, very unique, cool community center for this development. We're going to be checking out a home by Robert Thomas Homes. It's a detached townhouse just down the street. So yeah, if you lived here, you could make good use of this really impressive structure. But yeah, let's check out the home. All right, now we're outside 16909 Draft Horse Boulevard here in Lakeville. It is a 2-story detached townhouse with a basement. It looks and feels like a single-family home. What makes it a detached townhouse is the association fee includes lawn care and snow removal, which you wouldn't really get with a single-family home. This is a 4-bed, 4-bath, 2-car garage, just about 2,500 square foot house, listed at $684,750. And it is built by Robert Thomas Homes, one of my favorite local builders here in the Twin Cities. I'm not just saying that because they allowed us to show this wonderful home here today on the channel, but I actually really have been an admirer of Robert Thomas Homes for a long time. I think they do excellent work, and hopefully I can show you why through this video. But yeah, we are in the Spirit of Brandtjen Farms community in Lakeville. Very, very charming development community. We'll talk about a little bit more about that in a minute. But walking up, engineered wood on the exterior, got a really sharp black and white color scheme for the exterior. One unusual thing about this house, for new construction, you typically don't see gutters on the home, so nice to see that with new construction. Engineered hardwood, or engineered wood for the siding, architectural shingle on the roof. As you can see, still under construction. Concrete path has not been put in yet, but concrete front porch area here. Very nice space. And walking inside, very nice entryway here, kind of foyer space. Do have the bench with the hooks, kind of like the locker look. Usually you'll see something like this in a mudroom, but very nice to have it in the entryway. One thing, notice right away when I walk in, Robert Thomas Homes, really wonderful. They actually use real wood. So flooring in here is oak, wood here on the bench, oak. You don't always see that with new construction. Robert Thomas, I'd say it's in like the premium, kind of almost into the luxury kind of tier of finishes for their homes. But entryway, 9-foot ceilings when you walk in, knockdown texture, very common for new construction. But yeah, really looks great. Nice open space, really inviting when you walk in. We'll check out all these spaces individually. Main level powder room, right when you walk in. Finishes, very nice. Really like the brass fixtures, the mirror, the light fixture up here. You know, ceramic sink, very clean look. Hollow core doors, just, you know, the craftsmanship. A lot of times, you know, it's new construction, so you'd expect everything to be all buttoned up. You don't always get it, but yeah, just the lines, everything looks really, really, really good. And yeah, we'll see that as we continue to go through. But right away from the entryway opens up into living room space, fireplace with the ceramic tile on the surround. A lot of times you'll see a stone tile or like a faux stone. This is tile, and it looks like a subway tile. It looks like stone. It is actually ceramic, but very, very clean look when you walk in. Mantle, same with that oak. Very neutral tone. I really, really love the tone of the wood in this house. Very calming, very neutral, serene. Yeah, very, very nice. Windows look really, really good in this house. A lot of times that you'll see, you know, in builders, something that's a little closer to like a builder grade construction. You notice it in the windows, specifically the thickness of the windows. So here, put my phone down. But yeah, it's, you know, about an inch in between. But yeah, nice, you know, dense, good insulated window for new construction. Again, maybe not something that everyone would think about. Like, oh, it's going to be new. It's going to be, you know, high quality, nice. Not always the case. And yeah, windows is something that you're not necessarily going to notice it until you move in. But into the dining room space. So as you can see, open concept. You know, open concept, still the best for entertaining, you know, you have for hosting, you know, holidays, parties, whatever it is. Yeah, you really just can't beat the way that this is laid out. Huge sliding glass door window, tons of natural light, really, opens up the space quite a bit, letting that light in. In the dining room space, we do have built-ins as well. Kind of unusual, really, for new construction. You see this a lot. I do a ton of business in Minneapolis area. One thing that the homes there are known for, especially the 1920s, 1930s homes, the character of the built-ins. This isn't the same kind of character, but it is the same kind of idea. Extra storage, but also just kind of a nice feature. Looks great. Here we do have quartz counters. Same thing in the kitchen. So quartz is different than, it's stone. A lot of times that go into a home and don't know necessarily if it's quartz or granite. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. Here, we've been provided the information. So this is quartz. Difference between quartz and granite. So quartz is an engineered non-porous material. So it doesn't require sealing. It's, while granite is natural, it's porous. So it does need, annual maintenance. It does need to be sealed. Quartz excels in durability, and it is stain resistant. Granite does, you get more of the natural kind of veins. So this does have veins, but this is man-made, so it's not going to have the same kind of variety that a natural stone would likely have. But durability for sure, and the look is very, very similar to granite. Another thing that I absolutely love about this house, the construction on the drawers. So we do have dovetail construction for the drawers, soft close. You really just notice it in the feel, and it goes a long way for the kind of feel quality of the home just as you're walking through. Opening drawers, opening cabinets, walking on the hardwood. It's just got a different feel, different texture than what you'd get, with a lot of time, you've got luxury vinyl tile, LVP in new construction homes. Using real wood really does make a difference. Moving into the kitchen, first thing that you're going to notice is the island with those quartz counters. It does have the waterfall feature. So what that is so when the counter goes over, into the side as well. So this side here is the same material, the same quartz is on top. Really, really nice feature. Again, kind of into that not quite luxury tier, but premium approaching luxury. You're not going to see that just because of the cost. The cost to add that on the side, which is really just honestly just for aesthetics, but it again goes to the feel of this home. It's kind of being the elevated quality. Oak cabinets with the shaker style. So the shaker is this trim along the front of the cabinet. Very, very clean look, very elegant look. Again, really love the tone of this wood. Just so calming. Construction on these, really, really good. Soft close. Really like the hardware, the brass. But yeah. Not every new build, again, people think, oh, it's new, of course it's gonna be, wonderful. Not the case with every builder. Robert Thomas does a really, really excellent job. So the hood, we've got the cross panels, kind of an accent piece. Looks great in person. And then below it, we've got the herringbone tile. So this backsplash, herringbone is a V shape, kind of a pretty small tile. The tile work here, excellent. I can barely identify any imperfections. Craftsmanship, that comes down to it. Any little, in-person photos, everything's going to look excellent. But, you see it in person, and that's when you can really see, okay, how does this compare? How do these, does this builder separate themselves from someone else? And I really do feel like you can feel it in those little kind of details as well. But the space overall, really, really comfortable space. The distance between the island and the counter, the size of the island, in this kitchen, just, it feels great. The natural light. Yeah, just a really, really nice feeling space. So yeah, every drawer, the dovetail construction. Dovetail is this here, so where it's kind of interlocking the wood. Yeah, very, very nice. Got the kind of mounted microwave. What's the word I'm looking for here? Microwave to save counter space. Really like that feature. Of course, stainless steel appliances. That's pretty standard. Sometimes you get that, kind of granite finish on the stainless steel appliances. Here, we've got LG appliances. And yeah, really ample storage. It's not a huge kitchen. I think it's very well laid out and storage-wise. No like full walk-in pantry, but as you can see, cabinet-wise, drawer-wise, really, really nice storage. So this goes to the garage. We'll check that out here shortly, but same kind of deal with the kind of the locker style with the bench, and the hooks. This is what you typically see, in kind of a mudroom. Smaller space, for this size of footprint of home. But yes, having that in the entryway and in the mudroom space, really nice feature. And that little closet here for the garage entry. But yeah, let's head upstairs. Heading upstairs with the carpet on the steps going up. Really nice looking carpet. Love the color tone here. Get a little bit of that texture up close. But yeah, the look and feel, again, kind of in that premium tier for building finishes. Really like the handrail, the wood. The color on that as well. Very cohesive with the rest of the feel of this home. The top of the stairs, we've got this landing space here. 13 by about 14 and a half feet. Really nice open space, upper level living room. Really like the idea of this. I think this would be my ideal place to, watch TV, watch sports, watch a movie. Not as dark as a basement, obviously, but I don't know. Something about these upper level living room spaces just feels a lot more inviting to me. Top of the stairs, 8-foot ceilings up here, same knockdown texture. This is a really interesting feature. So you've got the built-ins upstairs in the loft space, with the living room space up here as well. Just very unusual feature. A lot of new construction is doing this kind of landing space, this loft space. Not many are doing it with the built-ins here, but same quality materials up here. A lot of times builders, another way they kind of cut corners, that they'll do premium or, they'll do their highest end finishes in the kitchen and then maybe the primary bath, and then kind of do lower grade finishes for the rest of the spaces. Not the case here. We have the same quartz. Like, for example, this would be like a laminate instead of a quartz. It's not the same, pattern's a little bit different. The look is very similar and the quality is the same there as well. But yeah, do got the wine fridge up here as well. Very nice to have. But yeah, just really, really nice hangout space. And again, common for new construction, but this level of finish is what's uncommon with Robert Thomas. Do have the balcony space up here. A little bit loud with the road so close, but it is nice to have this outdoor space. Composite decking material. So this is not wood. This is, composite material, maintenance free, which I love. You're not going to have to seal this. But yeah, and then we do have the gutters along the side of the house as well. Just really, really nice feature for new construction. Uncommon. So into the primary bedroom here, honestly, not a huge primary. This is kind of is what we talked a little bit about, what makes it a detached townhouse. One of the things for me, so it's a 2,500 square foot home with, part of that is the finished basement. In here, the thing that makes it feel a little more townhousey to me is the size of this primary, but the level of finish is still very, very high. Really like the light fixture here. They've done an excellent job staging it as well. So that doesn't hurt, but where it's not like a townhouse is where you get into the primary bath. I've talked about it a lot, but yeah, the quality of the materials here. Ceramic tile for the floor. Same quartz. Love to see it. Love to see the oak cabinets here in the primary bath. Light fixtures. Great style. And the shower. Honestly, this is probably the most impressive thing to me personally. Love the two-tone soldier stack tile. Just really, really, really nice looking tile. And then the petty tile for the floor. Just really, really impressive look, cohesive, the rest of the home. But yeah, materials themselves, I mean, really sturdy glass door. Another thing that you notice walking around in some other builders. Yeah, great space. Little linen closet in the bathroom. Just all the trim just looks so good. Hollow doors up here as well. And then we do have a pretty generous sized walk-in closet, honestly, for the size of this room. Also love to see the closet organizers installed, you know, as just a feature of the house. Something like this might not be standard, you know, with the new build, you know, but add-ons, you know, deck, honestly, that's going back to, you know, I'll finish in here, but yeah, so like this closet organization, possibly offered by builders, but not necessarily included, you know, in like a base price. You know, things can be negotiated. You know, we can talk more about that for sure, you know, on this channel. But gutters, deck, you know, closet organization, these are things that do not typically come standard with new construction. This is a model home, so we're seeing that here. And those things are options to add on. But yeah, just from an educational standpoint, just something to know. But yeah, laundry room up here. So this is the only LVT that I think exists in the house. So this, and even this, I really like the texture here. You know, it's not just flat. This isn't just like printed on. This does, you know, is actual textured. Again, a minor thing, but goes to the overall feel of the house. Same style of cabinets. Looks similar to the built-in that we saw downstairs. And then, man, they did quartz in the laundry room. Good for them. But yeah, this really, really good looking home. Walking into the the upper level full bath here. So same standard of finish here with the cabinets and the sink. We do have kind of a more standard ceramic tile for the flooring, but still not LVT, not a vinyl product. Tub, and then with the kind of fiberglass shower surround. This looks like tile, but it's just a mold. Still looks super clean, super functional. But this is an example of where like you know, it'd be uncommon to have even tile in the tub and shower surround, you know, on a non-primary bathroom. But yeah, upper level, probably, you know, for me, biggest thing, this loft space. Really, really like. Head back downstairs. We'll check out the basement. But yeah, nice feel. 2,500 square feet. You know, it's a lot of living space. Heading downstairs, same carpet that we saw. Going upstairs, same railings. Another area where, you know, builders could potentially save money, but, you know, as you can see, the detail on these, you know, real wood. Very, very nice. Bottom of the stairs, we have lower level living room space directly below the upper level living room space. 8-foot ceilings down here with the knockdown texture, canned lights. But yeah, just really comfortable. No natural light down here, one thing to point out. But level of finish, you know, same carpet that we saw upstairs. Really like the quality there. Little kind of, you know, sitting game space there. We're gonna check out the mechanical room. So, yeah, new construction, everything brand new. So high efficiency furnace. We've got air exchanger, tankless water heater, water softener in the South Metro. Pretty much every house is gonna have water softener just because of the natural hard water down here. And then sump pump. So this is code on all new construction. Drain tile system runs along the perimeter of the house, funnels into underneath that circle, you know, it's the sump basket. If water were to ever fill up, you know, sometimes the house doesn't require a sump pump. Code requires that every new construction house be built with a sump pump just in case. But yeah, if water were to drain in there, instead of seeping into the home, it seeps into the drain tile, is funneled to the basket, and then is pumped out once it reaches a certain level. So nice to see that standard. But yeah, so one of the benefits of buying new construction is warranty. So in Minnesota, it's a requirement that all new construction homes have what's called a 1-to-10 warranty. So 1 year on everything, something down to little nail pops. You can reach out to the builder after living in the home for a year, make a punch sheet of all the things that you want them to come in and address. So that's for 1 year. 2 years is for HVAC systems and plumbing and electrical, I believe, as well. If there is an issue, with any plumbing systems, the HVAC, which would be, the furnace, AC, the air exchanger there, they'll address that. And then 10 years is for the structure, right? The foundation, that type of major, what the house is sitting on. So, and that's a warranty. Every new build, new construction in Minnesota has that 1-to-10. There's also manufacturer warranties that extend beyond that in some cases for appliances or, HVAC or furnace beyond the 2 years in some cases. But yeah, all information that, our team can provide depending on the builder. But yeah, another a big benefit of buying new construction is having those home warranties. But yeah, just checking out the rest of the basement here. There's more storage. Lower level bedroom. So this would be great. If I lived in this house, this would definitely be the guest space, pretty obvious, but having their own bathroom, anytime you have, friends in from out of town or staying over the night, really great, lower level bedroom area, for guests, privacy, pretty standard size closet here, same carpet, throughout. And then we do have, obviously, for any lower level sleeping room, egress window. But yeah, just done a really, really nice job with this house. I've said it, throughout this video, but yeah, just such a fan of Robert Thomas. So they are a local builder, so they're not national. They're one of the, among the builders with the best reputation in the state, from my perspective. Same situation with the quartz here. So just the shower, so similar to the upstairs full bath, just the fiberglass insert here. But even the fixtures, look good. So yeah, really, really nice. Do I poke in here? Under the stairs storage. Really like the basement space here, but for me, the main level and that upper level loft space, is the main event for this property. The pendant lights in the hallway, really nice touch. We'll check out the garage here as well, but do want to talk a little bit about the Brandtjen Farms community. So one of the main kind of draws, in my opinion, of Brandtjen Farms is their kind of community center, and it's called the Barn. So this property used to be a dairy farm, and I don't know if we can see it in the distance, but beyond that hill there is the barn, which is where the community center is. So it's an actual converted barn. There's so much character. So it's restored with original California redwood, and it basically serves as the community center, where neighbors can gather and socialize. Full kitchen, gathering spaces, fitness center. There is an outdoor swimming pool. You can host organized events, book clubs, yoga classes, that type of thing. But yeah, kind of in my opinion, what this community offers that really sets it apart, are those amenities, specifically those gathering spaces. There's also a new one that I was made aware of, called the Granary. Or Granary, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that. I'll go with Granary. But just another, I don't know if that's the right across the street there. That might be it. But exercise facility, another gathering room, swimming pool. It's just, really. And so, a lot of these kind of planned communities or developments will have buildings like that, but none with this kind of character. So yeah, really, really sets it apart as far as the charm, on the charm scale. But I hope this video was informative for you. I'll say it again. I think Robert Thomas does a really, really excellent job. I think this house is a really great example of that. My name is Steve Wilk. I'm with the To the Twin Cities team. I help people buy new construction. I help people buy pre-owned homes. I've been doing this for almost 11 years now. I would really be interested in working with you or just answering questions if you have any, regarding Robert Thomas, regarding other builders in the Twin Cities. I've got my opinions on which ones I think are best. I'm not going to share that in this video, but I will share it with you privately. But yeah, Robert Thomas is among one of the ones that I think is top notch. But please reach out. Again, my name is Steve Wilk. My phone number is 763-360-9291. Steve@tothetwincities.com. And I'll see you in the next one.